Hi, I'm Meenakshi Sundaram, product marketer for Zoho Vault, and I'll be your presenter for the day. Before we begin, if you have any questions at any point of this session, feel free to post them using the chat option that you find over there in your GoToWebinar console. I'll try to answer all of them during the Q&A session that we'll have at the end of this webinar. So the slides that we're going to see will contain a lot of steps that will help you to set up Zoho Vault for your enterprise with your existing Zoho One account. So if you're interested in getting a copy of this presentation, just drop us your email address in the chat box, and a copy of the deck along with the session's recording will be mailed to the interested people. Right? So on this note, let's get started. So we'll start off today's webinar by talking about how Zoho One empowers businesses across the globe and see why it entices the users. We'll then focus on the awareness amongst users on the different type of products they get with their Zoho One subscription, which they are yet to utilize. This will then lead us on to the need for Zoho One's password manager and why users' poor password hygiene makes it so important for companies to secure their passwords. We'll then give you a brief introduction to Zoho Vault, which will help you mitigate these issues, and we'll walk you through the features and the setup of Zoho Vault in detail. And now we'll be talking about Zoho One first. So Zoho One offers a comprehensive suite of products that takes care of your business needs in all possible ways. You guys are the recipient of this, so you should definitely be knowing that. So this covers an extensive list of 40 plus applications like CRM, Mail, Books, Creator, Zoho Vault, to name a few. You also get access to a set of mobile applications that will help you run your business on the go. Along with this, you get desktop apps for Mac and Windows. And additionally, you can try out the browser extensions, integrations with Apple Watch, Apple TV, iMessage, and more. So if you've not explored all of this, you should probably do so after this session. Also, Zoho One covers multiple suites. Across multiple domains, you'll see Zoho products helping you and your business at all points. To name a few apps, you've got Sales IQ and campaigns for marketing, CRM for sales, you've got Desk for support, Invoice for finance, Books for accounting, Projects for collaboration, Mail and Click for communication, and many others. So you get a bunch of products along with your Zoho One account. So just try to get the best out of your one subscription at all times, yeah. And needless to say, Zoho One makes for a happy business. For such a compelling price, Zoho One helps you set up your business from scratch and run it effortlessly. While people analyze the complete need of their business and configure the applications necessary for them, some miss out on configuring applications that secure their business with products such as Vault that come with their subscription at no additional cost. Before we talk about the need for securing your sensitive business details, let's talk about the necessity for a password manager. Reading about the new data breaches on a daily basis has now become a frightening trend. While no business wants to be a victim to data breach, a vast majority of enterprises still give security the least possible attention. Let's see how a password manager comes into this picture, right? Here's a list of top data breaches from recent times. Enormous amount of company data and personal details have been exposed in all cases, causing irreparable damages to these companies. What happens is these top players in their respective fields have suffered huge losses financially, and also they've taken a huge hit to their reputation. But is it just the big enterprises that the hackers target? Absolutely not. 1 in 3 small businesses have no tools to protect themselves from an attack. This makes them a prime target for attackers, as 70% of them target small businesses. And while 60% of those businesses that get attacked never really recover from it, which is a scaring fact. More than 1 in 2 SMBs report that an average attack costs them about $500,000, while this range varies across enterprises as you see below. The most interesting fact here is that about 88% of these breaches are reported to be because of internal negligence, like failing to secure a password. It looks quite simple on the outside, but this is an interesting phenomenon that we'll be talking about in detail because about 81% of data breaches happen because of weak passwords. Yeah, I'm going to repeat that for you because 81% of data breaches are said to happen because of weak passwords. And to add on, only 2.2% of data breaches happen on systems whose data was encrypted. Researchers have been trying to identify how people manage their passwords to narrow down on ways to safeguard data. And one such research team at Virginia University analyzed data of about 28 million people and found that more than 1 in 2 people reuse their passwords. There are a group of people who still create complex passwords, but however, resort to simple and secure ways to store them, like the ones you're seeing on your screen right now. Sticky notes, spreadsheets, and text files are still common password storing methods for people, and this serves no purpose as it makes even a strong password less secure. These files and sheets are unencrypted, and any physical loss of the machine or the notes could not only put your passwords at risk, but also your enterprise's data at stake. Careless sharing of passwords is another common trend across many firms. All enterprises would have critical shared passwords that have to be securely handled and used only on need basis. But you might have personally seen people sharing passwords vocally over mail or through your company's chat, etc. Right? So what this does, it scatters the passwords in a way that unauthorized people might get hold of passwords as well. People who no longer need access to privileged accounts will continue having accesses even after their tasks get done. So this results in high risks of insider threats while also increasing the possibility of compromising your passwords, indirectly leading to data breaches. So how do you tackle this? It's actually simple. You can tackle most of the issues from your end by meeting a few constraints. You can begin by using a strong password at all points. Your passwords should always be strong and unique for different websites. This practice safeguards other accounts as well, even if the password for one account gets breached. Consolidating your passwords in a central repository where you can organize your passwords efficiently is something that's quite efficient when it comes to an enterprise scale. And if your organization has critical passwords that are shared on a daily basis, enforce strict access parameters and checks on them. Only let authorized people have access at all times. If your company wants you to change passwords periodically, ensure you follow that. Never ignore your security team's advice. Always follow password best practices to keep yourself secure along with your company. And finally, all activities on your shared passwords should be closely monitored internally and externally, even if you're sharing it internally with your team, or if you're sharing it with a third party vendor outside your company, regardless of whom you're sharing it with, it should always be audited and well maintained. So it might not be easy for an individual to follow all the mentioned combat strategies without any external help. It would be inhuman to remember unique complex passwords for different accounts every time. And this is where a password manager like Zoho Vault comes in handy. Zoho Vault is Zoho's in-house password manager, which helps you to store all your sensitive data. So all your sensitive data is stored in your vault and is encrypted by AES 256 encryption. So you can add passwords onto Vault without any worry. Also, Vault secures not only your web credentials, but also your license details, bank account details, social security number, healthcare info, Unix or Windows credentials, SSH keys, certificates, and a lot more. You can even store your critical files in Vault, which will still be encrypted. And Vault also allows you to safely share your passwords within your team and even with outsiders. And all of this happens in a secure manner, as users have 4 different types of sharing permissions in Vault. So users can share a password with another person or another user by either one-click login permission method, where users directly log in to whatever password is shared with them, but they do not have access to the particular password. They do not see the password, but they'll just have access to whatever account that they need to work with. And there are different permissions like view and modify that lets users uh, to view and modify the passwords accordingly. And finally, there's the manage permission with which you can share the password. This gives complete control of the password to the user with whom you're sharing it. Say, for example, I share a password with manage permission to another person. It allows them to share it with others and even delete it as well. So, uh, you should be wise enough to judge what kind of permission your user needs, and you're good to go. And you can directly log into websites using Vault, which can be done using our browser extensions. Our browser extensions help you to auto log into websites without having to manually enter your credentials. So this means you need not remember your passwords or even enter your credentials while authenticating to online accounts anymore. Sounds cool? Similarly, Vault also supports single sign-on for various applications. Single sign-on lets users to authenticate to applications with just a single click, while the credentials are validated at the backend. So this feature is readily available for about 90 plus cloud applications with Vault, while you can also configure it for other applications that support SAML 2.0 configuration. So you covered that in that aspect as well. When it comes to control access, users can be added and removed as and when needed. So you can add and remove bulk users in an instant. This is useful when an employee leaves the company on bad terms. The moment the user gets removed from Vault, they stop having access to any of the enterprise passwords, while you also get to acquire all the passwords that the user owns, thereby safeguarding your organization by only letting the right personnel have access at any point. And you can track whatever happens in your Vault at every moment, and all of these data are real time, and you can track critical events even when you're away from your system by configuring alert notifications for them. This will notify you whenever your users, passwords, or password groups are deleted or modified in Vault. And all of these alerts will be sent to you through email, and this will help you to stay alert at all points. Fine grained controls is another option that allows you to specify what features your organization needs from Vault, and you can also restrict users from using certain features of Vault as well. So you get the full control to determine what your users can and can't do. And finally, the gain visibility option covers the different types of extensive reports that you get, that you can view on what's happening inside Vault in the form of a chart or a pictorial representation. So let's say you want to monitor a particular user's activity within Vault and see all the password categories he or she accesses on a regular basis. You can do that with Vault, and you can also see the number of passwords that are unchanged for a long period. You can also list out all the weak passwords in your organization and much more. So this way you can enforce a strong password policy across your organization, making sure that every user complies to your strong password policy, and thereby getting your organization become compliant. So before we set up your Vault account with Zoho One, let's just finally talk about how secure Vault is, because you're going to trust us with your key passwords. You might definitely want to know how secure Vault is, right? So that's what we're going to do right now. Zoho Vault follows the host-proof hosting concept. So what this ensures is that all your confidential data gets encrypted in the browser with AES 256 encryption using the user's passphrase, which only the user knows. This encrypted data is securely transmitted over SSL and stored in Zoho servers. We have multiple servers across US, EU, India, and other regions. But the data of user accounts created in zoho.eu/vault resides only in our EU data center. All encryption and decryption takes place on the browser, while the passphrase that users create is not stored anywhere on the server. meaning even Zoho cannot access your data. Nobody except you can decrypt your data stored in Vault. On this note, let's help you set up your Zoho Vault account for your organization. We'll begin with adding Zoho Vault application to your Zoho One account and click on Add Applications from the My Apps section. This will list all the applications that you'll find in Zoho One. Just search for Zoho Vault and click on Add if you haven't added Vault already. Once you click on Add, your Vault application will get added successfully onto your Zoho One. Now just click on Vault to get started by creating your passphrase and beginning your setup with Vault. So click on Vault. You'll now be prompted to create your passphrase. This passphrase will be the single password that you'll need to remember to get access to your Vault account, right? So ensure you choose a strong password and proceed. So once you hit all the details, just save and proceed. You'll now be logged into Vault. So as a new user, you can begin by adding your passwords to Vault by clicking on the Add Your Secrets and Get Started button. This will take you to the Add Secrets page, as Zoho Vault is used to store not just your passwords but also your other sensitive details. So since we save a lot of stuff like bank account details, user license, license of users, and uh, Unix or Windows passwords and all that, we use the term secrets instead of passwords here, and that's why this is called Add Secrets or Secrets page. So click on Add Your Secrets and Get Started button. You'll get this pop-up. This is the Add Secret page that you see here, and under the websites tab you'll see almost 400 plus predefined popular websites that will allow you to instantly store your credentials by updating just your username and password. If the website you're looking for is however not available in this list, click on the Others tab at the top to create a custom secret. So this is what the screen looks like when you click on Others. So you can start by entering the name you'd like to give the secret. Next is the secret type. The type of secret refers to the type of sensitive data that you want to store with Vault. So this could be web account, bank account details, or anything like I'd earlier said. So click on that, and you can add a sample description for your secret. And later comes the part where you need to put more, you need to concentrate a lot on, which is classification. So classification is an important field. So you're encouraged to store only your personal secrets under the personal classification in Vault, because Vault helps you keep all of your personal details just with you by not allowing the option to share the secrets marked as personal with other people. So if you'd like to share a credential with a colleague or your family and friends, select the enterprise classification to share the passwords with respective users. Since I've chosen a web account as my secret type, you can see that I'm being prompted to add my username and passwords in the next few fields. Also, you can feel free to upload any file. It can be a sensitive file or any kind of file that you'd want to keep safe in your Vault. Right now we support files of 2 MB size, so you can go ahead and upload files here. And later, if you want, add a sample note as well for your reference. So the URL field needs to be the login URL of whatever website you're going to log into. Let's take the example of Twitter. If you want to auto log into Twitter, you should rather write twitter.com/login instead of just twitter.com. So if you can see what I have here, I've written testaccount.com/login. So it ideally means whatever login URL of the website that you're going to log into, just copy that and paste it here, and you're very much good to go. So the other options are optional. You can select a display icon if needed, and you can add a few tags which will help you to search your secret in the future. And if you feel that the fields are not enough and you want to create custom fields, you can go ahead and create custom fields with the option below. Once you're done, you can click on save, and we have the secret displayed here on the all secrets page that you see in Vault. So this is for people who are new to using a password manager. If any of you guys have already used a password manager before, you might want to know how to import whatever you've stored in your other password manager onto Vault. So in that case, you can switch to the Tools tab and click on the Import Secrets option, from where you'll be able to import uh, your text files or CSV files from other password managers like 1Password, LastPass, RoboForm, your KeePass, and all that stuff. So just download the password files from your different other password managers and import them here with the file format that is described here, and you're pretty much good to go. So this will instantly set up your Vault account if you're moving in that way. So now that you have your passwords saved here in Vault, you would want to know how to auto log on to all these websites, right? So this is what we'll be seeing right now. So for that, we'll first see how you can install the browser extensions for our use. So this can be done by going to the settings tab of your Vault account. Under the auto logon page, you will see a tab called browser extensions, which will list you download links to different browser extensions. So recently we've also released an extension for Microsoft Edge. So if you'd like to get a link for that particular extension, you can always refer to our help pages, or you can uh, drop a note on the chat option. I'll probably send you the link as well. So click on the browser which you would like to select, download the extension for the particular browser of your choice. And once you install the browser extension, this is something that it looks like. You'll find this browser extension at the end of your browser. Click on it and enter your passphrase to access this extension. So you'll find the list of secrets in your Vault displayed here. So you can click on the icon that I've marked here if you want to auto log on to websites. So let me just try to quickly show you a video of how this works. So I'll be clicking on the extension, and once my extension opens, I'll be clicking on that auto login button, which will take me right here to this website. And I'm not entering any credentials here. It takes it from Vault and auto logs me into Amazon. Pretty cool, right? So this is what you get with Vault, or this is part of what you get with Vault. So let's just get to know more features about this browser extension. So you can add any secret from this particular browser extension as well. It will automatically sync with your Vault's web account. The browser extension also comes with an option to generate passwords for you. So you can set the password policy based on your needs and generate passwords and use them to sign up to new accounts on the go. And also another option that you would see is whenever you go to any sign up pages, if you've already installed our browser extension for that particular browser, you will be seeing a Z icon on all sign up pages and on all fields of the sign up pages. And if you click on the icon, you will also be allowed to auto generate passwords of whatever length you would like, and you can auto populate that particular password onto the password field, and you can instantly sign up. And also there is an option in your browser extension which will allow you to save the credentials that you use to log into new websites automatically into Vault. So this is something that will help you to not only generate strong passwords and store them onto Vault, it will also help you to stay compliant at all times, right? So this is an excellent feature that you see in our browser extensions. And you can customize our browser extensions as per your needs. So just like I earlier said, you get this option from the browser extension wherein you can store the credentials of accounts you newly log into Vault. So you can disable this pop-up if you feel it's too much for you, and there are other stuff that you can explore on. You can change the time within which your browser extension will time out, and many other stuff. So now that we've done with auto logon, let's see how you can invite more users into Vault so that you can share passwords within your team and across other teams as well. So under the settings tab, you'll find the user management option. Select Add User button as I've shown here in the screenshot. You'll be taken to a new screen to enter the user details. Click Add once you're done with it. So you can invite users under your Zoho One org, or you can even go ahead and invite new users. So there are different ways in which you can add users onto your Zoho Vault. We have integrations with Office 365, G Suite, Microsoft AD, Azure Active Directory, and much more, which we'll see at the end of this session. So right now we'll be seeing how you can manually invite users using the mail option, and also use the option from where you can like export users from your org as well, which you see in this slide. So you can select the role of the user that you're inviting here. We'll be discussing about the roles and other features in the upcoming slides. So I'll tell you about that in a while. So as we proceed, so the users whom you invite would get an email notification asking them to join Vault. So once they accept that invitation, you can see them, or you see them under the user management page of your admin tab. So you need to click on approve handshake under the sharing status field in order to let them share secrets across your organization. Only after you click on approve handshake, they'll be allowed to share passwords with you, or with anybody in your vault, right? So make sure you do that. So once you do that, this will allow them to share passwords with other users, and they officially get incorporated into Vault. So once more users are added to Vault, you can change their roles to admin or super admin. An admin can serve as Zoho Vault's administrator and can perform all options except for user management. So the user addition and deletion is performed only by a super admin. So choose wisely and select which user needs which permission. And now we see how you can group these users together, and how you can group different passwords together in folders, and how you can share these folders of passwords to different users. To add a user group, go to the admin tab, switch to the user group section and click on add. So you can create any group of your choice. For example, this can be your internal team. I've taken the example of a finance team here. I'll select the list of users I need to add to this group from my organization's Vault account, and I'll save it. So this creates a group called finance. So you can create any number of groups this way. This could be your team names, or this could be any group names, or whatever you feel like, right? So here's a sample list of user groups that I just created. So this is how it looks like. So now let's see how you can group different passwords together. Let's say I have a list of passwords I need to share with the finance team. All these passwords are related to the finance team. So I'll be creating a chamber. Chamber is the term we use to refer to a group of passwords put together in Vault. So in simple terms, chambers are a group of passwords organized in folders. So you can create a chamber by clicking on the add button under the chambers section, which is found in the secrets tab. So once you click on that, you can enter the name for your chamber and select the list of passwords you want to group under this particular chamber. So I've taken all the finance related passwords that I want to group together in a folder called finance, right? So once I'm done, I click on save, and I'll be viewing the particular chamber which I've just created. So once I create this chamber, I have the option to share it with different users or user groups. The options are pretty much the same, but I'm just going with user group, so we'll relate with the example a little bit more. So once I click on share with user group, I'll see the different user groups that I have. So we had 3 user groups which are listed here right now. So you can go ahead and select finance, since we are talking about the finance team in this example. So once I give the one click login only permission, the users of finance group will only be able to access these accounts, but not be able to see any of the passwords like we earlier discussed. So I want to make sure that none of my finance team people see what password I've set for those accounts. Just let them access those accounts, right? So I do that and click on save. So that is pretty much how sharing a group of passwords with a group of users work. Here's here's something that you would be very interested to see. This is something that you would definitely need in a security software like a password manager. You need to track everything that happens inside your vault, right? So a complete audit of who accesses what and when is available with the audits feature of Vault. Comprehensive reports portraying the same is also available in the form of charts, like I've earlier mentioned. So let's see an audit for some action that we just performed earlier. So when I created this particular chamber and shared it with the finance team, an audit was logged at the time I performed this. So I'll be able to see who did this operation and what the operation was and what was the IP address. I've just blurred it out for personal reasons. And you'll also be able to see the timestamp, and moreover you'll also be able to see the browser from which this particular operation was done by clicking on the eye-shaped icon, right? So this gives you a complete plain view of whatever is going on in your vault. This is not only for the chambers. This audit is available for your secrets. Whatever changes happen on your users are also audited. There's miscellaneous audit. There's another tab which will help you with the audit activity and much more. So all these are features that I would really want you to go and explore in detail and see how this can help you, right? Similarly, we have a lot of user reports, a lot of reports for user access and other stuff. So this user access report helps you with a detailed picture of what's happening inside your vault. So here you can see that you're seeing the different types of users and the number of users uh, prevailing across your vault for the different user roles that's available. So that can be seen here. And your password access report is another report which will show you the frequently accessed passwords from Vault and the list of most active users. There are different reports like sharing reports, unchanged passwords, user access and secret access reports under this reports tab. You should definitely see all these reports and see how your vault is performing, how users are making use of your vault and all this stuff. Password assessment report is a separate tab in Vault which will give you an extensive list of the strength of your users' passwords. So this should help you to come up with a strong password policy that you can enforce across your organization and ensure everyone has a strong password in place. So all your passwords are rated from a scale of 0 to 100, with 100 being the strongest. So if you find a lot of people with very poor passwords, you can just find out the culprits and ensure that you set up a password policy which is common across your organization. So users will have no other option but to comply with that policy. So let's see how you can set that password policy here. So you can either implement a predefined password policy from the three which is listed on your screen, the less strict, moderate, and strong, or you can create a custom password policy by clicking on add button from the password policy section under settings. So you can define how strong the password should be and how often the password must be rotated and many other fields like the complexity of the password using the custom password policy option. So once you enable this, this will be you can set this to be applicable for all users who are there in Vault. So that way everybody will have no other option but to set strong passwords as per your requirements. So in this final part of the session, we'll see how you can shape Vault to cater to your organization's need and choose what is and isn't necessary for your organization. Vault has industry's best fine-grained options. So this feature allows you to permit and restrict different features of Vault. For example, you can enable IP restrictions to restrict the IP range of users that have access to Vault. This way you can prevent access to Vault outside your office premises. Similarly, you can prevent users from adding any personal secret or letting users share. You can prevent users from sharing passwords with outsiders. So there is an option in Vault where you can share your passwords with outsiders like your third party vendors who might not really have access to your Vault account. So in that case, Vault also allows you to share a limited time access with outsiders. But if you feel this option is something too much for your organization and you would not want this option to be available, you can go ahead and restrict it from the fine grained control option, which you see in your admins tab, right? So as an admin, you should feel free to explore more of these options, like restricting users from adding any new secret. So making sure that only admins add secret and share with users rather than users adding secrets. And there are much more options. This is a very important feature in Vault, which you should definitely explore. And like I earlier mentioned about shared passwords that are being commonly used across your organization. So this is some feature that will help you secure all those shared passwords in a safe manner. So you can set up access control for these critical shared passwords using the access control feature, which will ensure that the user first requests for access of that particular password with a valid reason for requesting the access. Later, an admin or a super admin will then check and approve the genuinity of this request and then give the access to that particular user. This way, any unauthorized access of critical passwords are prevented. So to set access controls to a secret, select the secret and click on more actions or drop down box that you find here, and then click on the configure access control button. So I've taken Twitter as an example to ensure that a social media team might comprise of a lot of people. If somebody from your social media team leaves the company in a bad terms or something like that, they shouldn't be damaging your organization's reputation in any way. So Twitter is a sample example that you can configure access control on. So once you click on the configure access control option, you can select the admins who need to approve the user access requests. So you can also define the time duration of the access validity, and you can also automate the access approvals on weekends or weekdays as per your need. So help desk integration is our latest feature that allows people to access passwords which are configured with access control by referencing a valid ticket ID from one of these particular help desks which are integrated with Vault. So what it does is, if you provide a valid ticket ID from any of these service or help desks that you see here, your users can instantly access the passwords which are configured with access control without waiting for an admin to approve their request. So how do you actually define a valid ticket ID might be a question that you would have. So any ticket that is in open state and matches the criteria set by the admin from Vault will be a valid ticket ID. So what are the criteria? So there's a lot of options to pick from. For example, you can allow users whose email address is in Vault matches with their email address from a service desk like Zoho Desk, for example. So in that case, only users whose email address in Vault and Zoho Disk match, they'll get the access to this particular uh, access control configured password instantly. Similarly, you can configure different types of criteria, like let's say if the ticket has very high priority and you need to fix it immediately, or if the due date of certain tickets are very like very soon and you need to close them off quickly, or any other conditions from the bulk of conditions and criteria that you'll find in the advanced settings option, you can feel free to go ahead and access these different types of criteria that you find here. And if you feel that this is something your organization can make use of and help your support people, then go ahead and definitely try out this option. This will ensure only right people get access to the passwords instantly, even during emergency situations. Finally, we'll see how you can acquire passwords from a user who's either leaving the organization or doesn't need access to Vault anymore. You can prevent users who leave the organization in bad terms or with unethical intentions by just having their access, by just removing their access and preventing them from having access to any of your critical information with this particular option. So select the user you need to acquire the passwords from. Select this particular user from the user management page under the admin tab. Click on more actions and select acquire secrets transfer ownership option. So once you select this, it'll ask you if you want to just acquire the secrets or the secrets and chambers. And it'll also ask you whom you want to transfer all these passwords and chambers to. So mention the person or the user from Vault to whom you want to transfer all of these details to, and click on transfer, and all these details get acquired and transferred to the respective user with Vault. And we also have data backup of all your critical secrets. So this is another new feature in Vault, which allows you to periodically store a backup copy of your passwords onto cloud services like Amazon S3, Google Drive, Dropbox, Box, and OneDrive. Make use of this option if you'd like to constantly have a backup copy of whatever passwords you own in your Vault account, or even the ones that are shared with you, provided the admin permits you to have them. We've reached the end of our presentation now, so we'll just quickly see the integration options that are available with Vault. So just like I earlier said, we have integrations with G Suite, Office 365, Microsoft Active Directory, and Azure Active Directory, from where you can integrate your users onto Vault immediately and also just quickly get them started. Besides this, Vault also supports SSO for 90 plus cloud apps as earlier discussed. And Vault also integrates with SSO apps like Okta and OneLogin. So there's a beta version of Vault's REST API available as well, along with Python packages which will be released for our users in the upcoming weeks. And we also have our extensions available for Zoho Mail and Zoho Desk. We've integrated with Zoho Apps, Zoho Mail, and Zoho Desk. And this year we are planning to integrate with a lot of other Zoho apps like Zoho CRM, Zoho Flow, Zoho Notebooks, and all the other apps. And just feel free to try out all of these different integrations within Vault. Given that you are Zoho One users, you might be making the most out of whatever Zoho One subscription that you have. And we also have mobile apps that you can install on your iPhone and Android mobile phones, and even on your Windows mobiles, and access Vault from anywhere. So this is another key feature that you find with Vault. So that's pretty much about Vault, and I hope that'll help you get started with setting up your account and establishing your enterprise and all of your users onto Vault, I believe. So all of this is possible with your existing Zoho One account at no additional cost. So if you are someone who would like uh, to get started with using a password manager to protect the passwords of your enterprise, you should definitely give Vault a try. And also, if you've been using different password managers till this moment, you should pick up Zoho Vault and start using Zoho Vault and save a lot of additional cost, right? So we'll be opening up for questions, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop all your questions on the chat box, where I'll be seeing them, and I'll probably help you answer most of them. Even if we run out of time, there's no issues. We can always reply back to your query over an email. So feel free to ask us the questions that you would like to know answers for. And yeah, I guess we've got like 10 to 15 minutes. So if you've got any questions, use our chat option and ask away your questions. And also, for people who would like to have a copy of this presentation along with this recording, just drop us your email address here. We'll send you a copy of the presentation along with this recording. Okay, so I see a question from Wendy. Wendy wants to know if there's any integration with CRM or projects where the customer password will be linked to Vault. Um, Hi, Wendy. Yes, this is very much in our upcoming plans. We've got it in our roadmap, and this is a high priority for us. We've got so many of you guys asking us this integration, and this is something that we are working on. So we'll make sure that this is available at least by the end of Q2, and you can make use of this to secure all your passwords from CRM or projects or stuff like that. Does that answer your question? And also you've asked if there's an extension available for Explorer. Yeah, you can make use of the Vault extension, which is available for Edge. I can send you a link to download the extension for Edge. You can also try it out on Internet Explorer if you'd like. Let us know if you would want a link to download that particular extension of Vault. Dave Phillips is asking us the cost for Vault if you're using the free version. So Dave, Zoho Vault is free. Is free for Zoho One users. You can go ahead and very well add on to your Zoho One applications. Zoho Vault comes with the package of Zoho One, so you can very well go ahead, log into your Zoho One account, click on Add Applications, and select Zoho Vault, and you can very well get started. If you're not a Zoho One customer and you'd like to know uh, the different plans, Zoho Vault offers a free version which is available for personal use only. Uh, we have different plans for standard users, professional users, and enterprise users. So if you want to use Zoho Vault's free version for personal use, it's always free, even if you're not a Zoho One customer. I hope that answers your question. Chantal asks if guests can use mobile apps. Chantal, can you help us with a little bit more detail of what you mean by guests? Thanks, Troy. We got your email address. We'll definitely send you a link of this link to this recording along with the presentation. Yes, George, we'll be sending you a copy of the presentation as well. Same goes to you, Pavel. I'll be sending you the presentation and the recording. Hi, Stephanie. So this is another key important feature in Vault. So we don't charge as per the users or the number of passwords, right? So unlike our competitors, we have no limits for the number of users or no particular fixed charge for the number of users and passwords that you can store in Vault. You can store unlimited number of passwords in Vault and add users as you wish without uh, any other additional cost, but the pricing is always as per the number of users you add. But if you're a Zoho One customer, you can very well go ahead and add users onto your Vault account without any additional cost. So Zoho Vault comes along with the package of Zoho One. Yes, Peter will be sending the recording and the presentation to you as well, and to Nishant as well. Yeah, Kirsten will also get a copy. Yeah, you're welcome. So Stephanie has asked us if folks who are external guys, and if we want them to have access to our systems or other integrated apps, can we get them access? I hope you're referring to external users. I hope you're referring to third-party vendors or outsiders as external users. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if that is the case, right now you have an option to share a particular password with an outsider for a time limited period. We have this time constraint until which this outsider has access to that particular password. But are you asking if external users will also have full access to Vault? Prajna wants a copy as well. Yes, Prajna will be sending the copy of this presentation. Hi, Peter. Uh, Peter wants to know where he can get the links to the extensions of Chrome. So, Peter, you can sign up to Vault. Once you sign up to Vault, you can navigate to the settings page. from where you can see that there are links for Chrome, Firefox, and Safari browser extensions available right now. So you can go ahead, sign up to Vault, switch to the settings page, and you'll find the links right in that settings page. If you click on the link, you'll be taken to the Chrome's web store where you can install this extension onto your browser. Does it answer your question? Okay, yeah, you can very well go ahead and invite people outside your outside your Zoho org. So there is no restrictions for that. You can very well go ahead and invite people outside your org by sending them invites over mail, or if you have those users on G Suite, Office 365, Microsoft Active Directory, or Azure Active Directory, like I said, you can just integrate them onto your Vault as well. So when you say non-employees would need access to apps, can you describe on what apps you're talking, Stephanie? Is it the SSO apps? Are you talking about that? Or if you could detail the requirement that you would have, Stephanie, if you can probably drop us an email at to support at zohoworld.com. We will identify the use case that you have and what you're looking at, and we'll definitely give you a solution. So Nishant has got a question where he wants to know how he can efficiently manage system admin, root and admin passwords of virtual machines. So Nishant, you can store these as a Unix or a Windows credential using the secret type that we have already. So you can save these passwords if if your organization shares admin passwords within the team. You can add this admin password onto your Vault account, and what you can do is you can share it across the different users that might need access based on the 4 different access permissions. If you don't want the users to see what passwords they're using, you can give the one-click login only option, or since you want to store your Unix and root admin and root credentials, which are basically your Unix and Windows credentials, you can share it with view or manage or modify permissions based on the needs. Also, if you would need an extensive insight onto how you can manage all your credentials which are important and critical for your organization, you can always write a mail to support@zohoworld.com. We'll make sure that all your questions are addressed in a prompt manner. So we've got like 3-4 more minutes to go, guys. So if you've got any more questions, please feel free to ask them. And also, if some of you guys have missed out on sending out the email address on which you want this presentation and link, just send it out, so you'll get this copy very soon after we get the recording done. So I hope the session was you know quite insightful onto how you can manage your passwords well, and how passwords are something which are very critical and often go unnoticed in an enterprise level. I hope you guys start using Vault from now, and also prompt your other colleagues and people to pick up Zoho Vault and efficiently manage Zoho, your passwords with Zoho Vault. And if you guys are Zoho One users, I think you would love Vault because it comes at an additional cost of $0. So it's basically free if you're using Zoho One. So any other questions? Any feedback about the presentation? Feel free to drop that in the chat as well. Or you can always write to support, or you can write to me as well. So thank you guys. I've got like a couple more minutes. If you have any feedback to write to, or if you have any questions, you can either write to the support mail, or if you want to share some feedback on how the session went, you can always write to me. And I hope you guys had a good session. I'll be closing this particular session in another couple minutes. So let's see if anybody's got any last questions. Thank you, Chantal. So if I've missed out on any of your questions or queries, just write to support@zohoworld.com, or you can reach out to me at meenaksr@zohocorp.com as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for a wonderful session. I hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you.